I'm just south of Santa Rosa, just off of 506. You can see Santa Rosa Fire Department back there, keeping an eye on things. That tanker truck back there ready to spray water should anything flare up. Right now, the fire's out, but they've had a couple of hot spots flare up this afternoon, so they're keeping a close eye on it. And we've seen 2 or 3 fire trucks in the area just to keep an eye on things. It's amazing how quickly these can start and how quickly they can spread. But again, this fire's out. Just for a couple of hot spots remaining, that's about it. Weather-wise across the valley this afternoon, it's been hot again. Look at our current temperatures, and here's where we stand right now. Most of the valley is still quite warm, and the news about the temperatures, it's only going to get warmer. Take a look. It's 97 right now in McAllen, 101 in Rio Grande City, and today was hot, but as we get into the weekend, I think we're looking at even hotter temperatures by 2 or 3 degrees by the time we get to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But those are the currents across the region. You have the humidity in. Here's what it feels like, and there's plenty of humidity in the air today. It feels like 100 in Weslaco. It feels like 111 in Rio Grande City right now. Brownsville feels like 98, humidity high all across the valley. And the winds have been a little gusty, but not bad, out of the southeast mostly. And this afternoon, the winds have been gusting to 20, 25 miles an hour at most, but still a pretty good breeze across the area. And for the most part, that breeze feels pretty good. At least it helps cool things off just a little bit. Looking ahead at the next 3 days, it is going to be hot. I mean, the average for this time of year is 94, and we're going to be well above that. And these are average highs in the valley. Keep in mind, if the average high in the valley on Thursday is 99, that means from about McAllen on westward, it'll be 100 plus. The average high on Friday is about 100. That means from about Weslaco on westward, it's going to be 100 degrees plus, and even hotter on Saturday. And you notice on Saturday, we'll tie a record if we get to 101, and we will be in that vicinity more than likely. Now, satellite and radar across the valley today shows it's been a really quiet day, and hardly a cloud in the sky, just patchy cumulus now. Our fair weather friends, the patchy cumulus clouds that are overhead. And as we go into the future, we're likely to continue to see not a whole lot more than that. Future track suggests that tonight stays mostly clear across the area. Again, some patchy clouds, that's about it. And during the daytime tomorrow, we're partly to mostly sunny and hot again. In fact, some dry air is building into the region, and I think our rain chances are pretty much gone until probably the middle part of next week at the soonest. As we head into the weekend, we see little or no chance for rain. Instead, again, just temperatures getting hotter and hotter and even hotter than that. Notice by Friday, still plenty of sunshine and heat, and all the way into Saturday and Sunday, plenty of sunshine and heat as well. So this is one of those times we're getting into the summer doldrums. The only thing that can change it is the tropics. So let's look at the tropics. And of course, we've been talking about this system that's making its way toward the Western Caribbean over the last couple of days, and it's still got a ways to go. There's nothing there in that circle right now except a few clouds, and nothing likely until probably the weekend. So that's where we're watching for potential development over the weekend, and one of the key words there is potential. You see there's a 20% chance of that system developing 4 to 5 days out. So not a big chance, but the possibility is there. And I think as it moves west-northwestward across the Yucatan Peninsula next week, it's got some chance of developing. Odds still favor it staying to our south. That's just something we have to watch, though. You don't want to write this off. Just kind of keep an eye on it. You got a system down there this time of year, you just have to really pay attention to it, and that's what we're going to be doing. You go into Friday, notice the moisture kind of starts to pool there just off the coast of Belize, and indeed there's a low showing up just south of Cozumel and Cancun, and it's just low pressure initially. That's the way they start. The question is, will it be any more than a low pressure area as it moves westward? Now notice we're hot and dry. This stuff is a long way away from us, and we're hot and dry through the weekend and into the first part of next week. We don't see any issues. It's not until the middle to latter part of next week when that low is expected to emerge off the west coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. It'll probably happen like Tuesday, but then it's got to go from there, and there is some possibility of development with that. We've got to watch it. The model's kind of at odds about where this thing ends up and how strong it gets. Again, right now, odds favor this staying south of the valley, bringing some heavy rain to parts of Mexico down to the south, with maybe a few of those showers coming up the coast. We're putting a chance of showers in there starting about Wednesday into Thursday, but at this point, it's just too early to tell exactly where it's going to go. It's just a little bit too variable too many variables as far as where it's going to end up. So we'll watch it for you. In the meantime, if you're headed to the coast now or this weekend, it's going to be terrific. Take a look at this. It's just going to be hot, nice breeze out of the southeast. Temperatures of the morning warm up quickly, 81, 83, 87, 88. By lunchtime, middle of the afternoon, you're still in the 80s. Temperatures kind of stay there most of the day. Your UV, of course, is extreme. Use plenty of sunscreen. Rip current risk is moderate, and there's always that chance for a rogue rip current out there somewhere, so you really got to be careful, keep an eye on things. There are the tides, the lows just after midnight, the high at 9:45 a.m. Seas running about 2 to 4 feet. So for tonight across the valley, should be partly cloudy. It'll be dry, it'll be warm, it'll be humid. Low temperatures in the upper 70s. And then tomorrow, I think we see plenty of sunshine. It's going to be a very warm day. Temperatures averaging about 99 across the valley. So the western part of the valley going over 100 degrees. Once again, we're now getting more and more above average for the next few days. Look at the weekend. It looks warm. Temperatures Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right around the 100-degree mark. Notice by the middle of next week, we kind of take temperatures down a little bit, and we bring in that chance for a shower, thunder shower. We're not talking anything before probably Wednesday at the earliest, and that's if we get anything at all. It just depends on the future track of this potential tropical system, and again, the key there is potential. This is one of those things we have to watch and see how it's going to develop over the next few days before we really get a good idea where it's going to end up and what it may or may not mean for the valley. Just a good idea to kind of keep an eye on things. So here, fire's under control. Firemen are working hard to make sure it stays that way. We'll keep an eye on it as well and have another report for you a little bit later in the newscast. Live just south of Santa Rosa, Tim Smith, Channel 5 News at 6.